Hey, good morning, and how are you guys doing today? I hope amazing. So, today we're going to be working chapter 4. Super excited because that means we're actually about to get into some action stuff. I mean, not right now, but in the following chapters, we would hope, right? So, I've got chat up, and I obviously have volume. So, that's a good sign. So, when we last left off, we had just hacked the item for the corporate people in which we found out the location of the prison hook. So today we're going to be moving forward on that stuff. We're going to be onto the assemble the team type situation. It's a little warm in my house, which I didn't realize was going to be. So we'll get rid of it. This little jacket thingy. Um, let's look at what's going on. It is 5 a.m., so I am just kind of waking up, and so I'm not all the way. But I do have coffee, so we'll be there real soon. Okay, so Sam made it to his house after partying, getting back to his friends. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start up um, pretty fast, actually. Trying to think of the right word right now. We'll kick this stuff down. We know he's going to be offered a job. We already outlined a little bit. See, I have a problem writing night because I'm not really sure if they would. I know we have a circadian cycle as humans, you know what I'm saying? But calling it night when they live on a space station that's not even above Earth in any capacity, I'm bothered with. I don't know what to reference it is, you know what I mean? You know what? We're gonna put night, and I might edit that later. This is still a rough draft. We don't have to work it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get it moving forward. That's the most important thing. I'm gonna get a little coffee in real quick too. Feel my hat's not correct. Mess. I'm a disheveled person this morning, it seems like. Okay, I woke early after. I woke early, comma, after tossing and turning through most of the night, despite the copious amount of bliss I had enjoyed after the previous night. We don't need this. Okay, despite the copious amount of bliss I enjoyed. We don't need that. The previous night. And I think we do need a comma right there. I woke early, after tossing and turning through most of the night, despite the copious amount of bliss I enjoyed We don't need this even. Boom. Which then makes it where we don't need that. Okay. See? Fixed. Just like that. Okay, so night's just a sleep cycle. And I could just write sleep cycle, but we can leave it night. It's not going to matter that much. Okay. What bothered me mostly is where. Okay, boom, boom. Where had all that time gone? 6 hours was way longer than it's okay. 6 hours was way longer than it had seemed. 6 hours was that doesn't read smoothly, but we'll fix that. On top of that, my recollection of many of the events within the AI systems cyberspace was patchy at best. And boom. Okay, I had few details I could recall. And though I knew I had seen the woman in the cryo chamber through the memories within the AI, memories. Do we want to say of the owner of the AI? Let's leave it like that. We'll move forward. All this can be fixed in fixiness. Drop that down one more. I like that. I could recall nothing about her. That's gonna be forgotten. Yeah. Okay, I went to the deck to my. Do we just want to call it a cyber deck? Yeah. Okay, I went to my cyber deck and linked to it to see if any data would help me recall more. But it seemed I had either forgotten to record the event or it had been wiped somehow. Boom. Okay. Comfortable with that? Okay, so let's go on to the next thing right off the bat. Okay, so one thing was for sure though. That would be a comma right there. I had already received multiple messages from Trag. Okay, boom. By the way, I hope you guys are having a great morning. Kinda messages. I even said messages. Why would I say 5 a.m.? Think we're doing pretty good on this. Okay, so we've already got this. We know that tossed and turned. We know he has almost no recollection of what happened. Let's think of how we're doing this. We're already to the Seminole the team. Brandon is gonna get kicked down here, and he's gonna be hanging out with somebody. I'm not gonna go to Brandon right off the bat. Brandon's gonna want to come because of other reasons. I actually think that he's gonna actually be at Orion's. Oren's? I don't know. Oren's. Okay. I feel that's good. We'll get to that, don't worry. Let's see how we're gonna do this. I also want to make sure I still have sound. That's always a good thing, right? Okay, good. We still have sound. Normally it beeps at me, but at 5 a.m. there's a chance I don't hear it. Then we're just sitting here talking to myself. Okay, he is for a job. Okay, so Sam. I wonder why there's so preference to contractions. It's okay. It's okay, Google Doc. We'll just take a deep breath at your contraction, love. Chance to get around or work further to make sense of the situation. Oh, okay, didn't, sorry, didn't even have a chance to get around or work further to make sense of the situation, comma, before I was messaged by the guest console. It was Tragan Salvador. Okay, that's good. Hey, good morning, Fire Debug. I hope you're having a great day. We're already on chapter 4 of this baby. I'm gonna tell you this is coming along pretty good. We're only 49 pages now. I'm gonna tell you a lot of it was world building, so we can't count that. Let's go back here and let's find out where we end and find out how many pages we're actually at with our story real quick. Boom. 49 pages minus 24. We're at 25 pages. Yeah, it's flying along. Honestly, pretty happy with that, especially since we've outlined some of the Act 2, and we don't know what chapters those are, so we just throw symbols, but that's okay. But at this point, we're already assembling the team, so we will be real quick to somebody dies. I'm just saying, like, it's only like boom, boom, boom. Then all of a sudden somebody's dead. We don't know who. I'm just gonna, everybody knows, understands. We're gonna roll a dice on that part. I'm not picking favorites on that one at all. Oh, it's gonna be a minor character that dies. We'll write up a list of the minor characters, and we'll take a dice equal to the amount of minor characters, and I mean, by minor character, one not pivotal for everything further. I have it written down where people wrote down, where people are no longer validly super important for the storyline. And so I know when everybody can die without it impacting things, but I know who we don't want to die. But the thing is, we want an emotional connection to happen before they die. So basically, once they're going to die, I have to make sure that we backstory enough stuff that there's some kind of we have details. So whoever it is, I will then go back through and in editing, I will make them more likable and more, hey, that's really sad that they died. Why would you killed them? It's just how it is, you know. Yeah, I love D&D. Ierson, I hope you're having a great day too. So let's look at how where we're at right now. We've got Trag and Silvador at the door. You know what? Quick. Of course he's going to check himself once over, right? I'm about to call it buzzing them in, but I'm not sure if it would be buzzing in. I gave myself a quick check once over. Before. Okay, boom. We'll just call it before. Right. Hey, good morning, Avalonis. I hope you're having a great day. Okay, so we are at the point where he's going to get offered the job. Trag and Salvador don't trust that they won't be double crossed, so they need extra bodies. The extra bodies are Sam's buddies. They are sadly on the list of people that can die. We don't want Brandon to die because I think I have plans for Brandon. Orion, we have plans for too, but he can die. I mean, in all honesty, we'll use him pretty effectively before he does die. If Orion dies, Zach and Sarah are very likable, so if they die, it's just gonna be a woo woo. Blake and Toby, we don't care about because we haven't introduced them yet, so we'll have to figure that out. Okay, let's think about this. That I don't like how that's worded at all. I was shocked that Salvador had came to my quarters personally and knew something must be going on. Well, of course something's going on, so naming people is super hard. You know what I did for a lot of these? I picked a country and then Googled the most popular name for that country. Just gonna let you guys know. Um, that's how we got several names in this book. Just I don't even remember what countries they are. One of them's the most popular, a popular name in Romania. I think that's the his girlfriend that broke up with him. That's not his girlfriend. It's confusing. Hope you're having a great day. What is it? Mount Avarice. Mount Avarice. That's a good name. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Okay, so let's figure out what we're doing here. I was shocked that Salvador had came to my quarters personally, and I knew something must be going on. Uh, came. Had come. Okay, I'll agree with that. I didn't make up a name for the man from the corporation, and I have not named corporation number two, just so you guys know. I'm working on that. I literally didn't make up the names for the corporations yet or corporate dude. Let's get corporate dude right off the bat. Let's just take care of that, right? corporate dude? Oh, boy. We need boy. Okay. Whew. We don't even. Oh, you know what? We'll use the AI generated response because that's gonna let us know. Oh, that'll be an interesting story. Okay. You guys know Akira means bright or clear? Okay. Accio means bright or luminous. Haruto, character for sun with the character for flight. Yeah, let's. Kenji means warrior or golden. Haru means fly, soar, light. Our corporate guy, Akio, that's who our corporate guy is that's his name right there. Just in case you guys were wondering. Boom. We'll get rid of that. Let me fix all this up. None. I think we're at 22. Yeah, we're good. Okay. And we'll fix that later on, just so you guys know. They enter and it wasted no time at all with pleasantries. It seemed that I seemed we don't even need that. It seemed Akio, the man from corporation number 2, which I'll actually just name the corporation in there later on. Gotta make that up. Okay. I'm not sure if I'll actually make them do that dialogue wise. In fact, I'll probably make them. I'm going to just be honest. Oh, seriously, Google it. Mount. I'm telling you, Google, just be like, ask Google to make you up some names that sound like rap names. I honestly am not the best rap name maker upper. Um, if it's in modern setting, you can throw little between something, make it a noun or a verb, like little mountain, or something like that. I mean, it like honestly, it depends on if it's in today's setting. You know what I'm saying? Oh, don't get stuck on that. Don't get stuck on a name. Don't be stuck. Okay, I'm going to give you a resource real quick because I think it's this important. You're going to want to watch this. This is Brandon Sanderson. He's a genius writer. Genius writer. In fact, I don't even know what to say about it. I'm going to throw this down at you. Boom. That is a huge freaking resource. I'm going to give you some more resources too. This is Quinn's Ideas. Huge resource. I'll unstick you. Everybody got to help each other. You know what I mean? And this is the Tell Foundry. The Tell Foundry has videos on almost anything you can think of in context of writing. All of those resources are going to help you out big time. Um, don't get stuck on anything. See how we don't have the name for several things and we just write forward and we just put placeholder this, and we just move forward. And then if we need to, when we finally do know what we're calling something, I just go back and I take that out and we edit it in which is how we've done the move forward on this. Always move forward. Don't get stuck on some kind of, hey, I don't know what to call somebody. Just be like, placeholder character number one, placeholder character number two, and then move on with your story itself. You know what I'm saying? Like getting stuck on a name when you have the story in your brain, let that thing flow. You don't want to get stuck on a name. I learned that from Brandon Sanderson. He doesn't get stuck on anything. He just literally busts out the rough of his book and then he just goes back and hits it in revision like 5 freaking times. He revises his books 5 times at minimum, you guys, just so you know. That guy does not mess around. Mad respect for that guy's ability to just throw out books, by the way. I have no idea how he does it, but I dream to be able to just throw out books like that, guys. Dream. It's how you know you're rolling in money at that point. I mean, I assume he's rolling in money because he has like 54 sci-fi books in the last 10 years. So he's writing like 5 point something books or something like that. I don't know. Like, seriously, guy writes novels too. Like, not like we're writing a little book compared to what he's writing. He writes 160,000 word books multiple times a year. Okay, I was shocked that Salvador had came to my quarters personally and knew something must be going on. They entered and wasted no time at all with pleasantries. It seemed that Accio, the man from the corporation, from Corporation 2, let me underline that so we don't miss taking that out, wanted us to accompany them to retrieve the woman from the prison hulk. Oh, boom, boom, boom. So we know that that's the job offer. I don't want to have too much dialogue, you guys, but I want to move this forward. In revision, I might dialogue this out, and this whole thing probably is going to turn into a giant conversation. But we're in rough draft mode right now, and so that doesn't have to happen. Well, that's still rough. Okay, both Salvador and Trag worried we could possibly be double crossed in some way and wanted to know if I had friends that might act as some extra muscle just to discourage the idea of a double cross. I'm okay with that. Yeah, no, I get you. And honestly, I've never wrote a that genre. This is the first fiction I've ever wrote. I'm gonna be letting you know 100%. I've wrote academic papers. Lots of academic papers. This is not the same. I'm actually loving this one way more. I'm not having to look up a bunch of stuff. It's actually smooth. So, let me read what you're saying. Oh, that's gonna be a super cerebral type thing then. I'm gonna tell you, it, you have a good idea. I would write down your stuff and I would just move forward. Getting caught up on the names right off the bat doesn't doesn't suit you. You've got a really good plan for a thing. That actually sounds like a really more modern type. It is in our current modern, right? I get it's fiction but real world. So, um, because yours could really happen right now. Mine would have to have a whole bunch of stuff taking place, and transpire. Plus, we have dragons, magic, and psionics combined with it's in space. So, mine's not quite the real world. It is for sure fiction. Yours, though, sounds like almost. I don't know anybody that writes crime novels that are like that, suspense crime. I think yours is suspense crime. I honestly I don't know genres well enough to be the dictator of what yours is though. But it sounds good. Honestly, guy, I would not let don't get caught up on little things. So one of the things that I thought Brandon Sanders really had broke down well is that if he doesn't know how to word it exactly, he just throws down the idea of what he wants there and moves forward. Because by the time he's further in the book, the idea in his mind will have been more developed. And then once that idea is developed, it's much easier to go back in and write that section correctly. And so I'm just moving forward no matter what happens at this point under that that basic premise. And so far the premise has been super super good. Like he's correct. I haven't got caught up on things that I could have been like circling and circling and circling, and it's made it. That's fascinating. That's a good idea. I think you have a good premise. I mean, I'm not a literary agent or something, but um, in my mind, your story makes sense. Like, could be really good because there's that brother thing going on and stuff, and they're going divergent paths. In all honesty, I do you know about the what is it called? Hold on one sec. I'm gonna help you out here. Um, what is it called? 27 part block. Hold on. Google this Google AI thing will find it for us. Don't worry. Yeah, this is called a 3-act, 9-block, 27 chapter method of writing. I don't know if you know about this, but it's a structure that people use legitimately to to not even have to know the overall. Basically, you just drop stuff into the blocks. It's a plot method, you guys. So this is the plot method. Set up conflict resolution, set up conflict resolution, and these are all chapters. It ends up creating a 27 chapter book. It's used often for I'm gonna give you this real quick. It's used a lot of times by romance writers and stuff like that. Does that make sense? I'm not using it, but when I was studying writing beforehand to figure out what I was doing exactly, it was one of the methods that I found out that a lot of the prominent, hey, I just pump out books use. They use it very well. And so what happens is if I do go, I'm going to use that likely to write a see how easy it is to use and skip out a romance novel at one point. Just going to let you know. We're going to use literally that method later on a different book. After I write this book, we'll just put out another book. I know, sounds ridiculous, but you got to have some goals. Okay, so let's get back to where we're at. Both Salvador and Trag worried that we could possibly be double crossed in some way. Okay. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to go. A lot of this is going to turn into actual dialogue, guys. Oh, that's very cool. You know, honestly, books that have a reflection that's actually valid to our society seriously do have a good purpose. I'm not attempting to give a commentary on society through my writing because we're doing a sci-fi and stuff like that. But in all honesty, I do find it impressive where there is a reflective commentary on society within a book. Um, one of the, I don't know if you've ever read Anne Rand's Anthem. Freaking epic book. Epic book. So small. And Anthem's, everybody goes Atlas Shrug, Atlas Shrug. Atlas Shrug's okay. It's a good book. I'm not going to talk crap about it. Anthem's better and smaller. Just going to be honest. Okay. 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 Ah, gather. I'll go along with that. Oh, oh, okay. I get you. Yeah, that's very popular. I don't want to out your thing, but that's actually a really good idea. Okay, there's the offered the job. We're out on that. Didn't we just we already we got this section out too, right? Let me just double check. I'm gonna break this up. Let's break this up. Just because it's too bulky of a paragraph. Okay, so we've got this whole thing out of the way. Okay, hold on one second. I'm gonna have them also grabbing some people. That obviously, I'm gonna fix this section later on. So when we know we're gonna fix a section, we blew it. That's why there's blue stuff. Oh, that's the wrong bluing, guys. We blew it over this blue. Boom. Just like that. That means that needs fixed. We're at assemble the team. Okay, now I'm going to go up to his friends list that we've got up here. And we're going to grab his info block. Jeez, we've got a lot of stuff. This is getting further and further back. At some point, I'm going to take and I'm going to put our stuff on a different thing so that it's easier to go back and forth to. Because in all honesty, as we're going to get further and further down, this is going to get Orion Planetary Assault Forces. That's right. Orin. I keep on calling him Orion. I don't know why. Orin. I guess we could just go like this, right? Yeah. The move back and forth on this is a little sloppy right now, you guys. Okay. Boom, boom. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Orrin was always looking to get high and usually broke. Okay, and he's gonna be friends, and this is how we're tying the couple, Zach and Sarah, into it, right? Hold on 1 second. You know, there's so many things about that. So pieces that are a reflection of our current issues with our society probably will do well. I don't know. I mean, like it's impossible for me to know how something's going to be received. I don't even know how this is going to be received. But that is interesting. Well, that's true. There's some critiques on that stuff. Do you know you really should watch the stuff that's from Tell Foundry. It has really good stuff on villain development, anti-hero development, anti-villain development, and hero development. Um, very well done pieces. They have like videos that are short videos on specifically just those things. And it won't tamper with your actual idea. What it'll do is it'll let you hear out some very profoundly well thought ideas on what makes a compelling, engaging villain or good guy. And in all honesty, in I would seriously suggest listen to Brandon Sanderson's stuff. It's absolutely good writing advice. Like better than I'm ever going to give you right now because I haven't written 54 books. So I also don't teach a class on writing books and pump out multiple authors per year. So I would say his advice is probably going to trump mine by leaps and bounds. One of my favorite quotes, though, on heroes and villains is, and I don't know who said this, so I'm not able to attribute it to them. If you had to pick between your friend being a hero or villain, you'd pick a villain. Because a hero will always sacrifice you to save the world, and a villain will sacrifice the world to save you. That's somebody else's quote. I don't know whose it is, but good for them. Well thought. I like it. Um, Okay, now we gotta go back here and find this guy's thing. I can't remember what space station we're on right now, guys. Just to be honest. Cyberdeck, Great War. Jeez, we have busted out some stuff. Okay, back here. Uh, okay, Dorius. Also, it just hit 6 o'clock. This is our 1 hour day. On Friday, I'm going to be back. We'll write for 2 hours. Get a whole bunch left. I mean, we'll get more done. I believe on Friday we'll buzz through chapter 4 with no problem. Don't you guys feel? Okay. So we've got them being friends for more than 8 years, right? Zach, Oren, blah, blah. When we get over to Oren's, we're going to be able to kind of cheat. Because Zach is going to be over at Oren's, and so is Brandon. That's going to allow us to grab 3 people at once, which is going to be super. And we don't have to grab Sarah because Sarah's a package deal with Zach, right? So let's grab this up here. We know this is happening here. And Brandon is right here. They're all going to be at the same place. That allows us to take that out right off the bat. Um, and then this is going to come, yeah. So Friday, we're going to knock this out. And obviously, we're going to get on to chapter 5. That's going to be super simple. Real quick, I'm going to find somebody that we can raid over to on our little thingy-majiggy. Boom. Clicking this. I'm going to see if somebody is writing, but let's just be honest. That's a rare. Nope, I'm the only one writing. Since I'm the only one writing, we're going to go to Entropia Universe. This is who's all doing stuff. King Ads is doing stuff. He's usually very appreciative at things. I like rating him because he's very appreciative. That's always nice, you know what I'm saying? I hope you guys have an amazing morning. I thank you guys very much for hanging out. Peace and very best wishes.